in deep water, and he can't really see a thing then except for a few fish swimming by, so he has to be commed from someone on top of the tank. And that must make it difficult to drive anyway, because things are unlikely to come out.
Now, driving around in front of you now, ladies and gentlemen, probably one of the best tanks ever made. This is the British Centurion tank that was first, the stipulation for it was put out in 1943. They decided back then at the time that reliability was going to be the first priority, because we were fed up in Britain of making tanks that seemed so unreliable, considered, well, compared to American tanks and certainly the German tanks as well. And they put firepower above protection and protection over mobility. These are all things that make up tanks. And the Centurion, they seem to get it right. They got a fantastic engine in the back. That again was the Meteor engine, as we talked about earlier, the Rolls-Royce Meteor. It started life with a 17-pounder, then a 20-pounder, and this version is underneath all this is a Mark 12 with the L7 105mm gun, and it went through 13 marks in British Army service. This particular one, technically, we should call it an AVRE, Armoured Vehicle Royal Engineer, because of the end of its life as a gun tank. It was also at one point used as an artillery spotting tank by the Royal Artillery. They added fixtures to the front to put a dozer blade on, so it became a Royal Engineer variant. And it was in service well into the 90s. It was only handed over to the Tank Museum in 1998.
The Centurion really is a classic. If you go into the museum, if you've still got time while it's open, we've got one of the Mark 1s in there, a very early one, and we've got some others in our tank factory display, including an updated Swedish one. They're amazing vehicles, especially what the Israelis and the South Africans have done to them over the years. They've really improved them beyond measure and brought them more up to date. More powerful engines, even revised suspension, and it makes a heck of a difference. It means the tank can keep pace with other developments going on.
One thing that was asked of us was when a tank goes through 13 marks, is that because they've got it wrong? And it's exactly the opposite. It's because they've come up with a design that can be improved on over time. And again, just like the Spitfire, it can go through quite a number of marks. 13 marks in British Army service, and as David mentioned, still in service. Some variants with the Israelis, they've converted them, and the South Africans call it the Oliphant, so they've still got theirs in service. From the outside, it looks very different. They've added extra armour, so it doesn't quite look the same. They've got new diesel engines in the back, but underneath it all is still a vehicle that, when you think about it, was designed originally back in the Second World War.